How pleased are you to come away from a difficult place with a win?
I think we know what game we want to play, but this is a very tough play to come and play well. So yeah, I think the more important is the way we compete and to get the clean sheet and get the 3 points. So yeah, we are very happy, and yeah, it needs to rest now because we go again.
It could have been a very different game if after 2 minutes you don't make that clearance as you're going back. Talk me through it. What's going through your head when you see the ball dropping over David Raya?
Oh, when I see the play was free, I don't, in my head I don't have time to jump to him, so David's go step up and I need to cover the goal. So yeah, I think it was a magic moment.
These big games need performances from big players. What can you say about Bukayo Saka, a goal that he created out of very little on his 300th appearance for Arsenal tonight?
Yeah, we are very happy for him. He's the top guy. And yeah, I think today was a 300 games. Yeah, he's still young, got a lot of games with this shirt. And yeah, we are very happy to have him with us.
And at the weekend, late on, there was an awful lot of back and forth in the box. It seemed like quite a stressful end of the game. Talk me through the last few minutes tonight when Brighton are really pushing. How much do you need to keep concentrating to make sure you keep that clean sheet?
I think we need to be concentrated every ball. And yeah, at the end they put every place in the front. We need to defend well. Yeah, but I think we did well. And yeah, I think we are so happy to, like I say, to keep the clean sheet and to get the 3 points.
Well, congratulations, and you're getting quite a collection of these because you're the player of the match as well. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Back to back. Back to back.
Well, he really was all smiles in that interview. But look at the relief. That was a tough game for Arsenal and a clean sheet kept by these team, and it means so much, Kaz, and you understand why.
Say that again, sorry.
A clean sheet, very important.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just saying to you, you know, there is a lot of criticism about sometimes how Arsenal play in the attacking sense, but what comes to mind is clean sheets win your championships. And I think tonight they had that little bit of maybe luck with the goal, but that clean sheet mentality when he gets player of the match, when he's the leader and the best player, that's where titles are won in those moments. And this guy next to me knows that more than me.
Well, I think you don't get carried away. Do you know that was a great step in the right direction, but it's only one game. And of course, you know, it looks like 7 points, obviously, but there's a game in hand for City, so that can be quickly 4. You have to go to City also, so that can become 1. But you draw off it, 100% you draw off it, but you keep a lid on it and you go to the next match, which is Mansfield, and then you play Leverkusen, and then of course you've got 2 home games then to follow in the Premier League. So we're on a little run here of 3 away games, and they're doing it very, very nicely after those derby wins against Spurs and Chelsea.
Those 2 home games, Everton and Bournemouth. But in the meantime, I'm sure these Arsenal fans are going to want to revel in a win. 3 points and an important night for them in the title race as well. Let's have a little look at Saka's goal. Kaz, you were just saying there, a little bit of luck, a couple of deflections as well, but a goal is a goal.
Yeah, look, and I was surprised why they left him 1v1. I thought Timber, both fullbacks are so good when they go forward, but leaving him 1v1 was a grave mistake. Timber obviously runs one of the other players off, so gives him more space, and Brighton don't go over to him quick enough. And when he comes in and cuts in onto that left foot, you know what's going to happen, and you've got to stop that. Yes, there's a little bit of
more often to their wingers, because look, that's the sort of damage they can do. But credit to Brighton, because they pressed really high, stifled Arsenal. But then the game management, you know, that's been a criticism, but that was beautifully done there tonight, wasting time when they needed to. It was quite a cocktail of noise here, wasn't it? Manager was fanning the flames with his own. It was a bit of a pantomime, and they came through that, and that's important. They're showing that maturity.
10 wins they've got this season by a single goal, Arsenal.
Yeah, 1-0 to the Arsenal used to be a famous signature tune, and then it became about playing attractive football. This lot seem to be able to do it both ways.
OK, guys, let's have a little look at how this shapes up the title race, because obviously we know Arsenal have got 8 games left and it's 9 for Manchester City. But oh, what a big night this could be in the framing of it. You can see there, Arsenal 67 points, Manchester City 60, and then these are the games that they've still got to play. And I think the nervous part for Arsenal fans, guys, is when you look at Arsenal's fixtures, whenever you say look, Arsenal have got quite an easy run, haven't they? It always seems to be the games that should be winnable that they seem to trip up over somehow.
Yeah, but just looking there now, next 2 away games, they're away from home for Man City. West Ham fighting for their lives, Chelsea, who are thinking about Champions League football, and Arsenal with 2 home games to go. So look, you don't take it. You look at it and you think, okay, suddenly now Arsenal become huge favourites, and sometimes you're accepting that now Arsenal are favourites, but there's hardly anything between this. When you look at Pep, the number of trophies that he's won, he'll be in there now. They'll be kicking themselves, but Forest are scrapping for their lives. It's such an honest Premier League. Every game is really tough, and if you win it, you're going to have to do it the hard way, and that's how it's looking this year. It's going to go right to the wire.
Kaz, it was in both Man City and Arsenal's hands before these games tonight. They've still got to play each other on the 18th of April. Now it's in Arsenal's hands. Is that a big psychological boost?
Yeah, because the pressure isn't on as much as before tonight. But I do agree with Martin. I think even on that head-to-head, can we actually say that both teams will go unbeaten even after that? Who's to say? So you have to focus on each game. I am listening to you, Martin, take each game as it comes, calm down a bit.
Well, there's a League Cup involved in the middle of this as well, isn't it?
That's the big thing. The Champions League, the other cups, they could disrupt you.
Do you know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see you march into the dressing room now, where they're all celebrating probably, and say, no, one game at a time there.
Good rest, guys.
Yeah.
Gets plenty of sleep, but we go on to the next one at the weekend.
Look at the focus.
Don't want to go out of this FA Cup.
He's a winner, Kaz. He's a winner. Bukayo Saka, hi, great to see you. Listen, Bukayo, first of all, congratulations on what looked like a difficult game to get over the line, but helped massively by the only goal in the game scored by you. Just tell me, in the context of tonight, this result, Man City dropping points too, how big a night was this?
Yeah, this feels like a massive win, definitely for us. Obviously on the pitch, we didn't know the score, but we heard the fans celebrating like out of nowhere. So I kind of knew in my head something went well in the other games. But you know, we focus on here, got the result done. Yeah, we feel good about it.
Bukayo, I'm going to show you the scenes, actually, the full-time scenes of the away fans that made their way here to the Amex. The celebration for your goal and the full-time 3 points, and then a double celebration from when they found out Manchester City had dropped points as well. Look at the relief in their face. Do you guys feel that in the dressing room as well?
Yeah, of course. It's a nice feeling. Yeah, no, for us it's a nice feeling. But you know, like we said, we try to just focus on getting our result done, and then the rest is out of our control.
Does that make it real tonight, an extra dimension where you're playing the same time as City, and then you get that extra buzz from the crowd? Does it make it feel like you really are in a race here to win this?
Yeah, well, we know we're in a race, and it's very tight, and it's been like that for the last few years. But yeah, tonight especially, we play at the same time, and you know, we both needed to win massive games. And yeah, we did, they didn't, so we can be happy today.
Bukayo, you took your time coming to us, which is fine, but I'm kind of guessing that it was going off in the dressing room. So come on, fill us in, because you've mentioned about it, you're playing it cool.
Don't get sucked into telling her too much.
Nah, I'm not going to. Thank you, man. Thank you. No. Obviously, we're going to enjoy the result. For us, it feels, like I said, it feels like a massive result, regardless of the City result. But yeah, we know, especially today, you know, this game was quite ugly for us. We know we didn't play our best, but you know, it's about getting results sometimes, you know, and that's what we did tonight. And for us, that's massive. We showed that we can do it in contexts like this.
And I've got to ask, and you're like, oh, again, but captain tonight, 300 appearance. Surely you have dreamt of lifting that trophy and what it would mean to you as a fan and to everyone involved. Come on.
Of course, 100%. But like I said, that's out of my control, you know. I just try and focus on what I can, and that's helping my team. You know, helping trying to win games for my team, and you know, luckily tonight we did that, and that's all I can focus on.
So professional, love it.
I can't, you know it, you know how it goes.
Congratulations though on your 300 appearance,
Thank
captain.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you so
wanted to
much.
pick on that as well, because 300 appearances is very impressive and must be just like incredible.
24 years
for,
of age.
Yeah, for an
You're
Arsenal
going to blow
fan.
the record away if you want.
Oh my days! I couldn't believe it. They actually told me yesterday that if I played today, I'd be 300 appearances. I was in shock.
Yeah, that's not bad. 24.
And it's
Wow.
almost meant to be
It's a
that
lot.
you scored the goal, and how important it turned to be as well.
Yeah, I just feel so happy right now. I feel blessed. I feel joy, you know, to wear the armband. 300 appearances, massive win. You know, yeah, I'm happy.
You probably had more time than you realised.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
I remember.
and I wondered if there was a bit of anger in that shot because you thought, do you know what, I'm gonna go for it here. I might get lucky.
Yeah, I remember that chance. I thought I should have been a bit more direct. So when I got the ball there, I said I'm going to be direct and go for it. And yeah, the ball went in the net. Thank you, God, for that goal.
Was it nice to be 1v1 because you're double teamed all the time? Was it nice just to have that?
Yeah, it's amazing. For me, you know, when I get that window and it's just 1v1, you know, I know I have to take it because it doesn't come as often as it did before, you know.
Bukayo, I know you're probably quite used to it now. You're playing for Arsenal and been in multiple title chases now too, but is it difficult to block out all the noise? And what is it that you and your players do to kind of detract from that?
No, I think the noise is all external, so it's mainly social media and pundits and stuff like that. And, you know, it's not easy, but it's quite easy solution, you know. If you don't go on it and, you know, expose yourself to that, then you can be away from that. But naturally, you know, it will come to you. You have to be mentally strong, and it's a battle that we faced this generation of players. But
you manage your time.
Strong.
It seems like a long time between the games, although it isn't, is it? Because you've got 2 games in a week. I mean, 3 victories that you've had now.
Yeah.
And it's about managing the minutes on the pitch, isn't it? You know, so, but you've just got to love and enjoy it. And embrace it. And I just think it gives you that belief and that strength when you get a result like this tonight.
Absolutely. And speaking of which, we'll let you go and enjoy it. Congratulations.
Keep
3
warm,
points,
fella.
a clean
so much.
sheet,
Don't
300
chill.
appearances. Amazing.
Thank
Great
you.
win tonight. Well done. Bukayo Saka going to rejoin his team. Why don't we get some reaction from that man, Mikel Arteta, because I'm sure he'd be delighted with that as well. Let's hear from him now, speaking with Danny.
Mikel, congratulations. How pleased are you to tick off another difficult away trip with 3 points?
Yeah, this was a really difficult one, and everything that we've been through in the last few weeks as well. We knew it was going to be a really, really tough test, and we went through it.
We mentioned before the last 2 wins feel like they've been won in very different ways. Was tonight almost winning in a third different way in 3 games?
Every game in the Premier League offers you a different things, and in relation to the context that you face as well, the moment of the players as well, the issues that we had even with the players that started. So big credit to the boys because the effort they put in is astronomical. I think on the day there are certain things that we have to do better, but the commitment and the desire to win that they have is incredible.
What more can you say about Bukayo Saka? 300 Arsenal appearances tonight, and he marks it with a goal he almost made his own luck for.
I didn't know it was that many, but yeah, at his age, it's just incredible what he's doing, the consistency that he's showing, and yeah, it's a pleasure to have him.
It's another clean sheet, 14 for the season, 1 more than he managed in the entirety of last year. To do it the way he did tonight with a centre-back coming in and then having to rejig it again, how pleased were you with the way that they kept the concentration when Brighton were really pushing second half?
Yeah, we are missing quite a lot of players in the back line, and we have to make certain adjustments today, but again, the commitment of every player, it's unbelievable, and that's the reason why we do what we do.
I know you said at the weekend that you've got a very strong heart and you can cope with the late games, but what were the last few minutes like?
But it's going to be like this. When you look at the other games and the margins and how difficult it is to beat opponent in this league now, it's a reality, so we have to face it.
I'm sure, as you know, this will be the last time, I think, until you play each other and then on the final day that you play at the same time as Manchester City. They've dropped points tonight, so the gap is 7 points. With 8 games to go, how much does that matter right now?
Well, we did what we had to do, and that's what we have to continue to do.
Well done tonight.
Thank you. See you.
He's probably a huge part in understanding how to block out the noise because he's also been in those title chases with these team members as well. What do you think about his leadership?
Yeah, I think we needed that leadership tonight. He had to keep a calm head. I thought he made, obviously Mascara coming in was a really good performance, but he was on a booking. He took him off just at the right time. Calafiori as well, coming on, coming into midfield, and then Havertz. Just introduction, just at the right time, seemed to get Arsenal back into the game. So he's managing all these situations. He's 5 years now in the job. And you can see the extra experience. They won 5 trophies as an assistant manager, but let's not forget, with Pep. So he knows how to win a thing or two. And it's just, I feel he has the players now to accomplish this. But it's step by step. And you've got to enjoy it. You have to, if you can't enjoy this, to be 4 competitions this far, where are we now, into March, and you're still, we've got a cup final with Man City to come. It's a lot of anguish, but the pain is being shared. Man City now, they understand it. There's a disappointment for them. How will they react? No one's saying that, that I don't like the word bottling it. They're playing against Forest, who are scrapping for their lives and have got something back out of it. And Brighton doing pretty much the same tonight.
Kaz, You just highlighted it there, Martin. Fighting on 4 fronts as well, which is a privilege for teams to be in that position. It's also incredibly demanding.
It is, but I have to say, in terms of the squad, Arsenal's is brilliant. They've got 2 players for every position at high calibre, and you saw that. Martin mentioned it. The subs that came on were brilliant tonight. Managed the game, the physicality, the experience when they came on. Look, it's difficult for competitions, but he has built this squad. We saw it on him and Edu when they first started it. 2 players for every position. We fight for all competitions. So, yeah, they're well fitted for it.
And it's what we saw with that Manchester City side, who've been so dominant in the league. You have to do that if you're going to fight on all 4 fronts.
Yeah, and for City, that it's a bit of a changing of the guard. You know, the likes of De Bruyne have left the building, Gundogan. It's a different group. The nucleus is the same, but you don't know how the people on the fringes are going to react. And of course, that's a backward step for them. But you know they're going to come flying out of the blocks. And these head-to-heads, Arsenal need to go there as well to City.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of tasty football to look forward to.
Fabian, how would you describe what we've just seen out there tonight?
Really good performance, created a lot of chances, missed chances, gave away an easy goal, and therefore we were very disappointed about the result. But the effort from my boys, the effort from my team was really good. The fans were great today. They supported us in an unbelievable way, and therefore we were definitely disappointed.
Could you have had a penalty just before half-time? Have you seen that back?
Yeah, for me, the penalty.
I saw you talking to the referee on the way back out to the second half. Has he sort of explained why it maybe wasn't given? Has he given you an explanation?
No, I think in the end we have to accept the decision. It's more about, for me, that he handles the other things better. In general, the Premier League needs to find the rule, because I think that's nothing football what Arsenal did there, and therefore that was more the point I made to him.
When you say handle the other stuff, what specifically do you mean that we saw tonight?
I think everyone saw it, and therefore everyone has to make his own opinion. I said it before the game, and I think now we shouldn't use too many words about this. We should more focus on the performance, what we did well tonight.
Just in terms of that, though, what do you think a potential solution might be to change that?
Netto game time, giving more yellow cards for time wasting. So I can ask you, did you saw a goalkeeper going down 3 times in the game?
Not very often, I guess.
So